Yo guys, what is going on? Nickname is just Yellow, and today this Norwegian hardcore PC gamer is gonna do some live analyzing of CSGO right here. So this is an Esea match, Esea for short, I guess. Yeah, I play this here with a dude called Dreamit, who I believe he got 3 accounts of global elites, just random stuff, because you know, when you start out on one Smurf account, you tend to reach the rank that you deserve on the other ones eventually. So he got 3 accounts of global elite, and I figured that I would play a little bit with that Swedish guy, and so, you know, here I am. So me, Buck, which is a relatively new guy to CSGO, but again, he got 11,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I figured it would be interesting to try and team up with him to see what he would be able to do. And stuff like that. But also because, you know, he just takes an interest in the game, and he's kind of social, a little bit above regular people, which is kind of nice, so I figured it would be nice to play with him and Dreamit here. We all figured we would play Esea, and as you can see right here in the pistol round, we're already badly, terribly out when it comes down to maybe having a chance, but Dreamit here is about to try and do some serious work in terms of being able to win. Now, when it comes down to me and Inferno, you people probably know, I'm not really good at the map, but still, the basic tactics and to see what works and to see what does not work, it's gonna be a very interesting match to say the least, just let me tell you that. So, he did not know the enemy was behind him. I dream it right here. I do believe that he's just gonna go for it. Yeah, I think that might have been my call because I knew where the bomb was. So I just told him that, yeah, you know, you can go B. And he was like, yeah, of course. And so here we are. So what is gonna be on the agenda today? I guess I should talk about a lot of just general stuff, just to fill you people in on whenever something boring happens in this match and game. Mainly because Inferno is one of those maps. Either something happens or either something does not happen. It's either or because of how the map is structurized, rather. I mean, the only action actually goes down whenever you go to A or B, or whether or not any team does something weird, in which does not happen too often. Yeah, there you can see he missed those bullets very close by. But yeah, so like, personally speaking, I had a really good time just playing with somebody who were a lot better at the game and who also understood all the things that I've understood, because over this long time, I've actually studied the game a shit ton, in which means that I know a lot about the game, but having nobody to talk to about those kind of things is kind of boring. So when I was playing with Dreamit right here, we discussed a lot about how it would be better if we could get some extra kind of service with extra anti-cheat systems and 128 tick servers, in which then are running on servers that are just performing better overall. We were talking about stuff like that and how much nicer it would be, despite how 64 tick is actually not that bad, in which we also talked about. Yeah, by the way, there you can see yeah, no team damage. Very nice if you just want to try and practice a lot at those things, and you also want to play at better conditions. Personally though, it's gonna be pretty hard to be able to find some kind of online service that will allow you to simulate and practice LAN. Rather, what should I call it? LAN conditions? Yeah, there you go. But still, yes, yeah, it's pretty nice. I think I should play a lot more of it, just because it allows me to grind against a lot of players who are as legitimate at the game as me. For example, the teammates. One of the bigger benefits that people don't normally talk about is the teammates that you get in the Esea. Everybody are paying to not have cheaters, in which means that you are one of those people in which want to spend more money. You're not just gonna be some random 5-year-old kid who, you know, because he had a couple of skins or whatnot, figured that he would take that extra mile, you know, which is really nice. And on top of that, because of people going and taking that extra mile onto just trying to play Esea, they like, it just, people just have a better mentality of it overall. I just like it, so I thoroughly recommend to try any extra service on top of whatever you're already using. So I figured, you know, that's a tangent, and that's an anti-eco round for you. We did not do well, but we were able to kill 1 guy, so, you know, it wasn't too shit, but it was pretty shit. Like, getting 2 kills on an eco round is really good. I guess I should have elaborated on that. Eventually I will in the money game video that I got in the making eventually here. About the money game, it's really important to just be able to scavenge up and do whatever the hell you can in terms of that avenue of the game. For example, if you're playing eco and you can be able to effectively take down 2 enemies, the amount of money that they lose and the amount of money that you spent is just insane. So the benefit, if you have no idea, is going to be really great. Okay, let's imagine that you, as an eco rusher, just squad are running in 5 grenades. That's, you know, 5 times 3, which is 15 hundo. You spend 15 hundo on a bunch of grenades and nothing more. And you stack that and you kill 2 people, or maybe just 1. That guy will already lose more value than what you spent, okay? You as an entire team. A very nice example is, you know, they lose, let's say that all of them have 2 grenades, all of them have armor, a couple have a kit, and they have 1 gun. If you, like, kill 1 guy, that would potentially be, let's say, 500 or 700 on grenades, and then you got 1,000 on the armor, then you have, like, at least 2,250 on a FAMAS. So, I mean, the benefits is truly there, and you'll be able to get a lot more out of the action if you just, you know, are able to properly work an eco round, in which it will give you a small advantage in the regular metagame of CSGO, but on the contrary side though, it just doesn't weaken you as much even if the enemy team actually win and they are playing on, you know, well, playing against an fucking eco rush, you know, like. One of the things also in that avenue is that the further behind in terms of money you get, the worse it could be eventually if you want to play CSGO. What I'm talking about then is just that it's like it's not gonna benefit anybody ever if you know, the enemy can like stack up properly and effectively in a professional manner on a lot of money, because that means that they can buy fucking double op setups 3 times. You know how brutally disgusting that would be to play against. Oh wow, that was such an unlucky spray. Let's see what skill it can do right here, if you can save the day or if it will be... He would be wrecked. That's pretty sucky, but still we were able to win because the enemy didn't have time. So, you know, that's also another thing. You can actually play the bomb in, or not in, but with a mental game rather, onto trapping the enemy or getting the enemy so close by. You can potentially blow the enemy up, which would be really nice. And in some case scenarios that will actually be done, but it rarely happens. So, you know, that's actually something I want to see people try and practice more, just because it actually demolish, yeah, it pretty much does the enemy a lot more than you would think, at least. Yeah, okay, so, you know, that's a little bit on topic of the money game. I just noticed in an update here, by the way, that actually there comes like flashing markers up above the people whenever we are spectating them. I've never seen that before, so I think that's a decent update. Like, it's not really special, and personally, I almost wanted that shit to be more subtle. The spray, they did not connect because he's around 2 corners, not 1. Yeah, like, I just figured I would mention that because it's a brand new update. I did not see that yesterday, so that's interesting. Oh, by the way, that grenade was actually kind of amazing. I like to do it randomly, but the fact that it hit is kind of cool. Just like, in my head, sometimes people might stand at the quad or the new box or whatever the hell people want to call it, and so I figured, you know what, why not go for it? Here the lurk play with the line of sight does not work. I think I'm gonna get wrecked here. I'm not completely sure. But anyways, I'm really shitty at this map. So I figured I would just do some YOLO play. I did not see the coil guy. Seriously, like, if there's anything we can learn from that is that I was able to get the information that allowed Bubble here to kill 1 guy, which I heard. But on the flip side, I heard him with a grenade, by the way. But on the flip side, yeah, when you think about it, I just need to practice this map more. That's actually my biggest problem right now in terms of skill. I just need to play the maps more so I can be able to effectively pre-peek and play the strats for the certain maps more. I mean, Dust 2, it's so fucking easy to me at this point. I'm pretty much like technically speaking though, everybody and their mother have played Dust 2, mainly because it's a map that is thoroughly optimized for the game. So on the flip side, from that perspective, of course it's gonna be really hard to be good at Dust 2, at least when it comes down to regular matchmaking and just vile creatures in matchmaking that want to play that map. When it comes down to like playing against more proper enemies on different maps and shit like that, I just need to practice more because of how different the maps are. I can only be so good at spraying multiple enemies, just getting really sick aim shots across the map, you know, doing a 180 to a 180 to a 180 flip and kill enemies, you know, around the fucking CT spawn area in the deathmatch. I mean, you can only be so good for it to matter at all, because you need to still be able to apply the skills on different maps, which I do believe in the future, in the infinite future, I should make a little video about just people applying their skill properly, because a lot of people are very inefficient with their skill. Me, for example, I constantly try and take a position in which I'm not really shitty at, in which on this map, the banana section, me lurking and reacting really fast, or pre-firing sections, or just doing that kind of very basic work in general, it works out a lot better than what happens whenever I decide to maybe lurk a little bit in the apartments. Even though, again, I'm starting to get better at that just because I played the map like 4 or 5 times in the last couple of days. In which here, I do believe I'm trying to put down the bomb properly. Yeah, if I remember correctly. I tried to put down the bomb without making any noise, but it didn't work, so that was kind of sucky. Here, the enemies are set up. They're set up really good as well. Was able to catch a bubble here. Dreamit is just running around. I have no idea what he is doing. Yeah, I actually hit that guy with 2 times with the Desert Eagle. So frustrating when they just leave. You know, for the future, I think I should just stack up on an extra nade there, if that happens. I think I should just learn from that advice. Here, I don't think... Yeah, actually, we were in TeamSpeak, so Buck called his position, but it didn't really matter too much, because I was the last guy left anyways. So, yeah, if there's anything to learn from that, I just need to maybe stack up a little bit more on a grenade in the eco round. Spending 600 is not too bad if I can hit a guy or dink a guy and then hug him with a grenade far-fetched. I think that the benefit there is obviously there, because I spend then 600 and then I take down a minimum 2,000, no, I mean 3,700. This kid right here is pretty nice. Everybody were like, ah, that's pretty sexy. That's pretty satisfying, dude. I gotta say that myself. Like, those kills almost never happen, but it was still fun. Yeah, this guy, by the way, is actually on the banana camping there. That's really weird to look at as I get flanked, so, you know, that shit happens, but that's how the game goes. Now, about the mental game, I think I should mention a little bit about that whenever you play a map. Just to dwell a little bit further into the topic, because I already made a video about it, but, you know, you only get so much time with a video, so here I can elaborate a little bit further onto key points that are a little bit more important whenever you want to play CSGO at any level of the game. You just need to understand that there are two sides of any maps, and that if you're really skilled on one side of the map and terrible at the other one, just use the entire time that you got on the terrible side of the map to be able to just try and elevate your game. Here, for example, that is a very basic move that I've been practicing quite a lot, and it worked out really well when the enemy actually figured to go there. Even though, again, I'm further or not further, that made no sense. As I keep on going further into the apps, I just suck around in this area. For example, where to do what, when, and here I'm also not synchronized with my team at all, which again is not synchronized with a bomb anyways, and here I'm too far away to be able to get that frag, and I actually ran into the smoke and I missed him, but Bubble took him anyway, so like it's a whole mess, and I was not contributing to that at all, but you know, that, like still, even if I were sucking on this side, or I guess, yeah, because of the M4A1 being my main gun, I just don't perform as well, I would say, because of all those kind of smaller details. I don't really hit myself too hard if I'm sucking at a side. And mainly because I just know that if I play this more and if I see what I'm doing wrong, if I just remember it, it will be so much easier for me to not completely suck. Yeah, he got backstabbed pretty effectively there. I like, you know, for every mistake that you remember, you can avoid them, and that is, you know, the work in progress I'm doing. So never hit yourself down if you suck on one side. Just try and play the next side as effectively as you can. Yeah, by the way, on Esea it actually recorded all the audio, but I put it down to like 0.15 just to not make it loud at all. And also, I think I should include that in the command video. Yeah, that would be really nice. I got a lot of nifty commands that I'm using right now that like non-normal people are using, which would elevate everybody's pleasure in matchmaking a lot more. Everything from turning down the audio of whiny retard teammates to blocking them, or just on the fly change stuff. I mean, they are basics to me, essentially. Like, I've done these for a very long time, and really good players are not gonna, you know, have too much usage of them, even though, again, the voice underscore scale, I believe it's set to 1 regularly, but I have mine at 0.65, which essentially is like 65% of anybody talking in your game that you can hear. Like, you'll only hear 65% of their volume, their max volume, which is really nice. Even though, again, you can customize that. I believe you can actually put it higher as well. I think I should test that out. Here, I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, I heard him. Rez actually got a very effective kill here. Yeah, he was able to kill the bomb right before it planted, I think? I'm not sure. Yeah, he had an AWP anyway, so he was kind of fucked. Yeah, I guess I should talk a little bit about that. I've seen on the pro teams two very funny things, and that is that after the recently repatched CC, I believe it maintained its damage, but its recoil and its slow way of working, like it was all downgraded massively, which is not a bad update at all. That was actually better than just gimping the damage to high hell with it as well. I mean, essentially you had to like hit people with 5 or 6 bullets, and it was like, I believe it's like 1/3 the accuracy that it used to have from when it was originally updated or put into the game rather. Wow, that guy was so unfortunate. He got nade stacked and wrecked. That was pretty fun. But yeah, like, what I was gonna go on about is that, like, now I think it's a lot more balanced than it's ever been, and it's also a lot more effective compared to what it was. But when you think about it in hindsight, the pro players can still use it as they want to, if you think about it. A couple of random examples that will appear if you watch the pro games is that the sniper guys will still just now take the shot from a further distance, and then will switch to the gun instantly as a part of their plan, instead of being caught off guard, which I've also seen happen, by the way, being caught off guard with the gun in hand, which is kind of lame when you think about it. It's more stupid, rather. But when you think about it from that perspective, in which is something that we've already seen after these recent updates, it's kind of bittersweet or almost stupid that it's a thing, I would say. So, you know, that's a CC for you. It's already a little bit of a failed design. That was kind of crazy, jumped in there, huh? It's almost kind of a crazy design when it comes down to putting it and implementing such a gun in the game. And I mean, pistols are already really powerful. I'm able to effectively slay a lot of people whenever I just play deathmatch for fun. And also, if I just, you know, shoot very slowly, sit down, and I aim for the head, the enemy will effectively go down. So, I mean, pistols are not weak by any means. And also with the movement around in corners and shit like that, you can easily, effectively just wreck people with a Tech 9. Which, by the way, I would vote for a gimping or whatever the fuck, the debuff rather. Like, make the tech weaker. Like, somebody wrote on Reddit this other day, or actually technically, I believe it's like 15 hours ago, on the forum, Reddit, I believe it's competitive CSGO or CSGO, whatever the fuck. The official CSGO forum, I do believe, because the game is overall just competitive. So, yeah, they wrote that, they're like, I'm actually more afraid of a guy running around with a Tech 9 than an AK-47, there's something wrong with that. They vaguely put it like that, and I honestly agree. There's something wrong with that being a threat when you think about it. Not because of the nature of the tech technically, not because of the nature of the AK-47 technically, but rather the fact that they are so widely different in how you can play them in the game, physically speaking. You know, you can literally run charging around. Oh my god, I was so unlucky. You can literally run and charge around the corner with that gun, and you can just be instant one tap. I believe Shroud. Yeah, I was watching Shroud the other day on the stream. They were playing on Mirage, and two of his last teammates were in the kitchen. They were talking over Mumble or some bullshit like that, and he was like, you guys go save. And then I literally see a guy jumping in through the window, a terrorist, YOLO style, beyond YOLO style, and he shoots 2 bullets in like 400 milliseconds, and they both headshot one of his teammates each. So it was literally dink dink. Right after he said, guys, save. That's like, I don't even know, dude. I want to feel bad for the guys as well, but I'm not even sure if it works, because, you know, yeah, Buck's sucking as he always does. You know, excuse me, everybody gotta start somewhere. But, you know, like, it's just so ridiculous. A gun, I would almost say that, like, the more effective a gun would be at one-shotting, the slower it would be. Does that make any sense? Excuse me. I mean, think about the Desert Eagle. Very effective gun overall. You get a movement penalty. Yeah, I know it's a fucking pistol, so it's not supposed to give you that, but the matter of fact of recoil being a nature of heavy arms, I think it only makes sense that you should rather program in to force a character to move really slowly. That way you would get a realistic representation of how the recoil should be worked in CSGO. I actually saw the side of him. That's pretty nice. So when you think about it from that perspective, you know, not too much more to say about the situation. Other than that, I think that should be a thing for all guns that are a little bit powerful in the game. You get my point? I mean, it should be relatively obvious. So Skillhead here is just about wrecked with the glorious Tech 9. He didn't have any health anyway, so it didn't really matter too much. But yeah, still, thus far in the gameplay, we've been able to get 4 rounds. I think that was, yeah, well, it wasn't too bad. And I mean, like, looking at the score right here, I'm sitting at 7 kills, 3 assists, and 7 deaths. Compared to Dream It, though, like, he's still in that upper class. Even though, again, we were both, or not just both, all of us overall were not playing really super good. Looking at Buck here as well, he was only getting 2 kills. But, I mean, he's really new to the game. So we're just pulling him in and trying to drag him through all of this. It's obviously a lot for him to handle. I mean, personally, when I was, like, at AK2 rank or double AK or something like that, I still did not properly grasp how fast or how effectively you can execute different things in the game. So I figured I would just mention that as a thing. Here I tried to effectively predict his consistent peaking, but it didn't do it. That was kind of sucky, I would say. I mean, actually, I find that to be really funny. Whenever you time it so that whenever enemies are, like, running around, let's say they want to constantly peek you, and there might be an object in the way, let's say that they're behind that wooden plank, for example. If they want to peek left or right, you can actually accurately think what they want to do, and you can do it as, like, almost before or while they're doing it, which essentially means that if the guy's peeking right, you can just headshot him before he's even there. Or left, same thing's there. So I think that's kind of fun. A fun little thing of the game. And right here, I obviously timed everything terribly, and the headshot did not connect because my aim was a little bit off. But that's how it goes when I don't practice the map, so I'm not really surprising myself. Yeah, all the other guys just got picked off. That was really lame. I think playing this map here is almost more fun and also much more satisfying if people actually execute a strategy. In my head, that would give you a better result rather than just running around and go for picks. Because going for picks on this kind of map doesn't really seem to have too much benefit to itself, does it now? Here I fail to spray miserably because I've not done the latest practice that I have done in terms of my raw spray. Which means that essentially, if I were to play this match today, I would have gotten a kill, but yeah, that killed me effectively. Still, we have now a lot of rounds to work with if we are really solid on the CT side, and with Dreamer in our team, which were relatively new to Esea as well. Like, he has just played the game of fuckton. He honestly does not care too much about 128 tick. I was, like, pretty confident that the CT side would go well, and also taking into consideration that I get to use my favorite weapon, which is the M4A1, in which I have lately been practicing more and more sprays, long-distance sprays with it, and I'm getting really good. Like, I'm getting really good, like, at supreme first-class fucking level of that crap, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, anyways, as I was gonna say, pretty confident on the CT side. I always take this game chill anyways, and I don't really dwell too much onto what could or could not happen, so I'm not really afraid in that sense. Does that make any sense? Yeah, alright, so how much money do we have? Yeah, this is obviously an eco, in which I'm probably gonna die. I expect myself to die at least. I got an assist on that gas, not too bad. While Buck is already down, let's see what's Dreamer here is going down. Yeah, okay. So we're just getting killed, essentially, not able to do too much. Also, because of the boost, that was actually a very effective angle that the enemy could use there in order to just fuck us over. So that was kind of nice. On top of that, though, he only have a CC, and... yeah, I remember he told me he thought there was a gun on the ground because we killed somebody down there, but... he was not able to get the gun. I'm pretty sure that it was further back because, you know, the body falls down. Yeah, so that's not cool at all. It's not cool at all. That's actually the wrong way. There we go. So yeah, actually, I think we should digress over to a little bit different of subject, because there's not too much happening here. Eventually on the CT side, there's going to be some epic, really, truly epic moments in which we're just going to wreck the enemy. Me and Dreamit mainly, but also all the other people. Actually, on that note, I think we should follow Buck here, because once, like, I'm not exactly sure when, but at one point, he's gonna do something insanely stupid. Yeah, there, I was actually able to get the kill, yeah, that's pretty nice. He's gonna do something so stupid, it works, which is really funny, so we'll get to that eventually. But yeah, I figured I would talk about TV2, which is a Norwegian company movie, or whatever the fuck you call it. The official television. It's like one of the two biggest, most viewed channels in Norway. They actually want to go a little bit further into competitive just stuff in general. And by that, I mean, you know, you got Esports, which obviously they clearly mentioned 3 games. One Dota game, which is League of Legends. Then they mentioned StarCraft 2, which, you know, it's... oh man, he peaked that shit completely wrong. Shit happens. But yeah, you got the League of Legends, you got StarCraft 2, which is, you know, it's fucking... I don't even remember the genre, but that's because I never play those games, so that's kind of sucky of me, but you know, that's how it goes. And also, on the last spot of the list, they chose Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which, just choosing that game as an esport game to actually cast, it comes with a lot of benefits. Everything from the game running so smoothly, you can literally stream it and cast it, and like do everything of the mixing and all that kind of crap on one computer. You could do that on one PC to, I was not able to get him. I expected him. I was kind of an obvious little sneaky peeky of the enemy, but I fucked up. But like, yeah, you can easily do all of those things at the same time on the computer, or not on, but with a game. But on top of that, just having that on national television, I believe it's gonna be on TV2 Sumo, which is gonna be, like, it's called Sumo in English. Sounds fucking weird, because it is. But I don't even own a television, but still, it's a television thing. So with them actually wanting to, I guess you could say, dive into esports and stuff like that, which is essentially what they talked about, I'm getting quite interested in that, mainly because, you know, I live relatively close by to where they got their headquarters and the main office and all that kind of crap. I would imagine, at least. I mean, I'm living close to Oslo, so it would only make sense. Let's see if I can kill him. Oh my god, I fucked up so bad because I suck at the map. Almost just want the match to end here, because there's almost no momentum to work up left. Yep, there we go. But yeah, it would be kind of interesting for me to delve into the actual Norwegian gaming market, if that makes any sense. I'm not even sure if you could call it that, and to be honest, I have no idea what to call it. But I know one thing for sure, and that is that, you know, personally, since I'm Norwegian and stuff like that, I got a lot of qualities that I might be able to bring onto the table. Everything from making shit to doing work for them, you know, just like literally doing some YouTube work. I have no idea exactly what, but the thing though is that all of this stuff here is gonna be like, it's gonna be, I guess it's all the technical shit, even though again, I know the game so much and so deep in which I know that like they need some kind of administrator guy in order to be able to do their shit moderately okay, even though again that does not make completely sense. Oh, he got wrecked by the MP7 for some reason. That's pretty unlucky, considering the MP7 is not that accurate. But yeah, like, just the general work that you need to do in order to be able to cast CSGO properly and record CSGO properly, stream it, all that kind of stuff. I know that that is so requiring. On the side note, to know that they just need more people. So it's going to be really interesting to see what is going to go down there. Is it going to be able to get him? It's going to be really interesting to see what they need. But on the side note, there's like not too much more to say about that kind of stuff. Okay, 2 enemies left here, both pushing in. Yeah, I was able to get one with the MP7 again, and then Buck got the Scatty guy. So now it's a side change, which is going to be interesting. Yeah. So on that, like, I guess I should try and wrap up the TV2 note. It's like one TV channel, and they have like a sub channel that everybody with cable gets and shit like that, in which they figure that they would go delve into esports. If I could take any part into helping their, I believe they have like a sub-network that is a lot smaller, that does work in Oslo, related to the actual work in casting and all that kind of crap. If I could do some work for them, in you know, just anything really, because I'm, like, if you people don't know me, in which I'm pretty sure that most of you people don't know me truly, I can do literally fucking anything. Like, everything from, laying a new floor out, at the fucking, I don't even know what you call that in English. Wow, actually, that's a long time since I've not been able to remember that word. Anyway, so, like, any fucking hardcore work, like, if I need to, you know, spill cement somewhere, like, I've literally been blending and splashing that across fucking, what the hell do you call grunnmur in English? God damn it. Yeah, the solid foundation of a fucking house, okay? Does that make any sense? I think it does. I literally had to move 6 tons, and I did it in one day with my, with the good old man back at home, and, you know, it worked out. So still, I don't train, fuck that. But still, I was just able to do it casually. It was kind of interesting, so, you know, surely I did a good job there, despite not expecting much from it. So here I got the bomb, and I had already killed 3 people, so I did a really good job here. And the last guy is like, he ran to B, and he's like Scatty here, he ran to B, he was like almost completely screwed here, so that was kind of fun. Yep, there you go. Didn't have good enough aim for Dream It. Dream It is really good, and I like his pistol. It says metal. Metal is epic, so nothing to say about that. Yeah, so not too much more to say about the television kind of stuff. I'm gonna email them and stuff like that. It's gonna be fun to see what they might offer or might need. It all depends, really. Like, I can literally do almost anything, as long as I want to delve into the subject. It's not too much of an issue for me. But I guess you could say that when it comes down to, like, super detailed shit, I might not be the man for the task, but then again, that is mainly because, like, there's not too many super CSGO hardcore nerds. If you people don't know, a system administrator for CSGO is not an easy deal. Just doing the admin work is not something that's normal. Yeah, here the guy actually sneaked behind my back to A. Yeah, that was actually something that happened, and we did not understand when he went to A, but I figured, you know what, he might have gone right after I left to A side here. So the last guy here just dies, and Scatty here was actually able to plant the bomb. So we were all completely just mind-blown about what happened, but it was also kind of interesting to see that he was willing to sacrifice himself in order to be able to plant that bomb, which is a nice move of the enemy team, even though, again, it will all not snowball as much as they would like. But still, I think it's a pretty nice little thing that he did there. Definitely something I'm gonna consider in the future if I ever get the chance to just go to the site alone. Even though, again, it's very hard to know if a god is guarding the site still, so, you know, it could still bite you in the ass, but it's worth the risk to only face one enemy instead of backstabbing one and really reveal your location when you really need that bomb money. So, you know, a little bit of an insight into what just happened there, despite it being a massive failure for us. So here, Dreamit and me, we're actually top fragging on our team, while the rest is steadily, you know, just holding their ground, I guess. And, okay, but yeah, about the Buck actually doing that crazy little play, yeah, fuck. That happened earlier, but I was not able to notice it, but that's my bad. That was almost a money nade, hit 3 enemies, only 2 barely significant. Very terrible smoke. That flashbang might do something, while Buck here is actually on the job. Hit plenty of enemies, even though, again, they got no armor, so that, like, you know, there's not too much to say about that. I shouldn't flip the camera too much. I'm a little bit rusty at doing this kind of stuff in terms of the camera work, but, you know, shit happens. It's so fucking new compared to when I got into the game. I'm not even kidding. Like, everything from the new buttons to the time in which it flicks from one target to the other. I think I gotta go into the settings and actually adjust that so that it will do it a lot faster, because it looks really fucky if I do this. Like, what the hell is this? It looks disgusting. If you're gonna watch that, spectate that, looks disgusting. So yeah, we need to think about that, and I need to fix that. Yeah, here I did a classic little flashbang here to fuck with the enemy, and Bubble was able to grab a very, very epic kill here. So here I believe me and Dreamit, we effectively wanted to flank. But the cool thing though was that I was gonna go in deeper, and Dreamit were gonna lurk behind, in which I do believe that he will be able to effectively find a kill very soon. So let's see here. So yeah, so Dreamit here was able to get a kill. Then, already the 2 guys had their attention to Dreamit, so I went for, you know, both the kills. Even though, again, my spray was a little bit off, I was just, you know, cleaning it up easily with the deck, because it's so stupid. I should have shot slower though, so that's completely my fault, but, you know, if you got the wreck, you just gotta rage kill people, I guess you could say. I mean, it's luckily not a negative, but that play right there, it demolished the enemy really hard. And also, if the enemy's mentality is not at point, that shit that we did right there, it would be a solid punch beneath the belt in terms of their mentality. Because, like, when you see those kind of plays, like, they got not only killed effectively and they didn't do any damage to us, but they got, like, completely flanked and demolished. And, you know, the 2 guys over at the banana section or middle, they couldn't do shit either. That's pretty demoralizing. So, you know, shit happens, but hopefully the enemies can pull through in terms of their mental state. Important to work on that kind of stuff. They're not saying too much either, by the way. You can see the comms down to the left. Well, they're saying something right now, but not too much. Oh my god, that guy, I had him so easily there, but I was not able to do anything. I dream it here, cleaning up a little bit, at least helping. The Glock ain't gonna do shit. Mr. HUD here going down to a Rec 9. Yeah. A gun, by the way, is probably, right now, the best AWP sidearm in the game, the Tech 9. Because it's essentially like a fully auto kind of submachine gun. For people who don't know, by the way, the Tech 9 is supposed to be fully automatic. It's a 9mm bullet submachine gun. So it's kind of interesting to see that, you know, it's been done semi-automatic, and the damage is supposed to be like a pistol. Even though, again, it's not working like a pistol, it's more like a submachine gun. So, you know, just some insider fact about weird shit in the game. Still, I think it's kind of weird that they decided to do that. Yeah, here, by the way, they went for the AWP tactic with no... Scatty, what are you doing, lad? Yeah, he's the MVP of the enemy team. He figured out he would try and effectively open up something. Not gonna have any result, though, as we've already picked off a couple of guys here with grenades. Skillhead finally hitting the good shot. Buck here is just disregarding everything. Yeah, there we go. That can actually be, in some case scenarios, really good, because if the enemy is not expecting it, you can just take them off guard. Which it was essentially what we did earlier, which is kind of fun. While in other case scenarios, the teams are all going to be lurking around, and you will get demolished if you try to do that kind of stuff. So that's how that goes. It's one of the meta games of playing the game, eh? Yeah, what else can we talk about today while we're waiting for stuff to happen in the game? I mean, right now, you can see we've been able to snowball stuff up effectively. At least I here got a decent bank. Overall, they got a decent bank, while the enemies are pretty drained, and it did not go any better when one of them bought, which he could have technically dropped pistols and done the second eco here a lot more effectively. But yeah, you know, instead they figured that they would buy some guns, I guess, and it did not really pay off, even though, again, like... They should have had maybe more nades and stuff like that. Just, you know, oh wow, that was very effective on him. Just being set properly in terms of money, it looks pretty broken right now. You just gotta do that properly. Wow. Okay. Hunter there fucking threw that game. I'm pretty sure that if he would have been able to effectively kill those enemies there, or to actually at least do some serious damage onto 2 of them, this entire match could have been completely different. Even though, again, it's also depending on the actual skill of the ET side here and their other, you know, other brains. But again, right here, like, is this enough nades? Like, are you seriously gonna work with that kind of stuff? That's not gonna be too, like, I would not be happy with that kind of amount of grenades, just because, not because it's gonna be ineffective, but rather because you can't execute everything that you want to execute. So I would rather, like, do something a little bit weird and get us some solid economy. But again, that might be just my mindset after playing the game. Relatively defensive. Buck here is playing coils very, very simply by the book. Also, he's using the A for, so you get that extra money, I mean, bullet bonus. Which is actually, by the way, that is something I recommend for people who want to play CSGO and you're new at the game. You should learn yourself how to shoot. You know, one of the key factors into being able to get better at shooting, it's to actually shoot a lot. And what better thing to do than having more bullets if you want to practice your shooting? I hear my effective flank and exceptional aim with the M4 just wrecked them. That was pretty nice. I remember that doing that. I was like, I literally headshotted the enemy in midair. So, like, I don't even have anything to say about that. Yeah, and there the guy didn't have hide armor, I guess, because he's splatter. So, you know, we are just having great games, but it doesn't even get any better when the enemies are not able to compensate for what we could or will do. Here the enemy was actually behind me, and I was not able to hit the 5 bullets. Ah, that sucked. Well, shit happens, got another assist, and, you know, score is looking pretty good. Everything for us is now looking really good, so, yeah. I guess I should dwell into the topic I've wanted to talk about, which was that yesterday I actually deathmatched, actually 2 days ago. I deathmatched so hard, like, I played just deathmatch constantly, so fucking much. My right arm was literally fucking hurting, which was kind of fun because I played so much the game crashed and it got an error that I've never seen before. And on top of that, the stat rank was stuck at 811 for the AK-47 that I used in this gameplay, in which it ended on 999 kills. So that was kind of fun. But I just figured I would mention it because it's a thing and it was kind of silly. I do believe I'll get killed here. Yeah, well, I didn't know that he lurked up there, which is something that in the future I'll take note of on this map, so that I can be a lot more effective on the CT side. Even though, again, I at this point, I'm almost more like a spot player than a CT player, which is kind of stupid. Here, HUD and Russell is sneaking in. Probably got their aim on a lot better than me on this map, even though, again, I just suck. By the way, I just noticed that it says 11 kills on him, and it's the first half. That does not make any sense, because this is the second half. And he just completely missed the enemy. This is so awkward. Oh my god. And the enemy... Oh, you know what? I think it's justified that we won there, because they have no idea what they just missed. But yeah, as I was going to say about the deathmatching thing, yeah, well, I've actually talked about that in the very initial start, so I don't think there's too much more to say. But I just need to keep that grind up. Make it very schedulized, if that makes any sense. I just need to play a lot more on schedule, play the maps frequently, then I'll easily be able to reach the preem. From there on out, I might, you know, team up with a couple of really proper players, in which got the mental game set like me, in which also have really grand supreme communication, which apparently I do. Like, I've not really gotten superb confirmation about that stuff. But as far as I know, you actually call the enemy's location. But, you know, as far as I've heard and I've understood by playing with Global Elite players, I'm not a terrible teammate in terms of information, calling, and strategy and stuff like that. So I'll take that for... You can take that for what you will, I'll take that for what I will. But what I learned, though, is that, you know, if I just get that actual map practice down, instead of just getting the raw aim, because the raw aim is not really shitty. I can still improve. I sensed that in the insane session the other day. Obviously, but like, yeah, the next level of just slaying everything that I ever see, that's probably gonna come I don't fucking know. I think I need to play like maybe 30 hours straight of deathmatching in order to be able to do that. Obviously with 1 day in between to rest the arm, because it's fucking, I'm not kidding, it's serious fucking work to deathmatch. That shit should not be underestimated. the fucking strain. Hell, like, I'm a slim guy, but the thing though is that I still don't train. I'm a fucking natural slim guy from North Norway, so go figure. You're actually flanked around the banana guy, and the bomber is at the app, so that's kind of awkward for him. But yeah, so I actually, after that session, like, I was sitting so upright, I was using so much of my entire body at just aiming. I literally could feel it in my six-pack, or technically it's a lot more of a more flat surface. And by the way, there I just guessed that the enemy were in there, and he flipped shit, and then I opened the door for Dreamy to kill him. So that was one of the more fancy kills, yeah, one of the more fancy assists I've gotten. He's just standing there, not knowing what to do. Huh? But yeah, it's actually strange to properly aim with a low sensitivity in this game. Doing 180s all the fucking time. Believe it or not, but, you know, that practice is going to come in handy, and it's actually a little bit strainful for your body, which, you know, it's kind of nice when you're just sitting down and doing nothing. But using your brain to the maximum of its capacity, reacting instantaneously every fucking time, and all that kind of stuff on top of what I just did with the aiming practice, it's some serious shit. CSGO is not anymore as lazy of a game as I would call it when I initially got into this game, which is, you know, way above a year ago by now, so that's kind of fun. But anyways, I think we are just about to wrap up, because we effectively beat them on the CT side. The enemy were not able to do too much, so I don't know if there's too much more to say about the gameplay right here. Other than that, you know, I'm still not really good at apps. I'm never gonna be super good at this map unless I actually put in the hours. Dream at getting the triple kill, I meant. And from there on out, I don't fucking know. Maybe we should just do the closest stuff right now and then just dwell and wait for the ending. So if you want to really support the YouTube channel, and if you enjoy all the videos, video content in general that I've made, there's a couple of things that you can do. Okay, so, you know, I've turned off all the ads and stuff like that, so I don't really get any revenue, if anything at all, off of any videos that I'm making right now. But on the flip side, I've made it so that you people can become Patreons, in which you do get rewards for just pledging something to the YouTube channel. So that is a really nice thing that you can do if you want to support everybody else who enjoy the channel, because that way, you know, the channel grows because I get to spend more time on it. So yeah, there's that. As a supporter for that kind of shit, oh my god, he didn't see him because of the... Oh wow, that was really lucky. But yeah, as a support for that, if you cannot partake in Patreon, we got the skin donation thing. So, you know, you can always partake in that if you want to. Here, the gameplay is essentially over, and there's not too much more to say. So that's a closer. Hopefully you enjoy the video. Supporting me is greatly appreciated. Have a nice day, people, and don't get beastified when you play.